Hello and welcome to News9 Live. My name is Brijesh Pandey, and in today's special edition we are going to discuss the UCC bill in Uttarakhand. The government led by Chief Minister Pushkar Singh Dhami today tabled the Uniform Civil Code bill in the Uttarakhand Legislative Assembly after the cabinet approved the bill a few days earlier. The proposed UCC aimed to establish uniform civil laws applicable to all communities within the state. The bill, once it becomes a law, will make registration of live-in relationship mandatory in the state, and failure to do so can lead to fine or jail. The law would not apply to tribal communities. It prohibits bigamy or marriage with more than one person and sets the marriageable age for men and women for all communities at 21 and 18. While critics have raised objection to the proposed common marriage rules, saying it impinges on the right to freedom of religion, the directive on live-in relationship raises the questions of state's interference in the personal life of the people. But at the same time, it can be argued that registration of live-in relationship will provide safeguard measures and protect the children born out of such unions, giving it legitimacy. Before I take you to the subject matter experts, my colleague Ashok Baglia, who is in the studio with me, let me take you through some of the bites of which has come out. Chief Minister Pushkar Singh Dhami, what he said in the Uttarakhand Assembly, and apart from that, a whole host of parliamentarians are speaking on the issue in the Lok Sabha today.
मैं आपकी अनुज्ञा से समान नागरिक संहिता उत्तराखंड विधेयक 2024 को प्रस्तावित करने हेतु सदन की अनुज्ञा चाहता हूं।
भाई देखिए, हमारा हिंदुस्तान जो है वो एक रंगारंग बगीचा है। एक बगीचे में चाहे कितना ही खूबसूरत हो, एक ही फूल हो, आपको देख के जी भर जाएगा। ज्यादा देर नहीं देख सकते आप। हमारे हिंदुस्तान की तहजीब यही है, हजारों रंग, हजारों मजहब के लोग रहते हैं, हजारों कल्चर होता है, हर गली में रोजाना कोई ना कोई पूजा, कोई इबादत होती रहती है। ये हमारी खूबसूरती है। और ये सबको जो है वो एक ही ना के एक औरत मर्द सबको एक ही बराबर कर दे, तो ऊपर वाले ने चाहता तो वैसे ही बना देता। मोदी जी को खुश करना है, कुछ दिन तो चीफ मिनिस्टर रहना है, तो मोदी जी को खुश करना है, रह लेंगे और क्या है, लेकिन ये चलने वाला नहीं है।
The draft which has come out is a very progressive step. As you would recall that Article 44 of the Constitution itself makes it obligatory on the government to make endeavors to bring in uniform civil code. This particular legislation will bring in uniformity, will give more equality. This will disentangle the many laws which a person faces when he goes to the court, especially with relation to the marriage and divorce, succession, adoption. These laws were very complex. Over a period of time, these laws had developed. There were a number of customs and usages which were applicable to each and every one. Now the law, the way in which it has come up, looks like it will simplify the law pertaining to the marriage, divorce, inheritance, maintenance. Plus, it's very progressive, so in as much as that it recognizes live-in relationship, it makes it mandatory for the live-in relationship to be registered, and as and when almost of the same status it has given to live-in relationship. Like in marriage, you need to take a divorce for its termination. Over here also, you need to submit a statement of termination to the court to be duly registered.
मुझे सिर्फ इतना कहना है कि 10 साल मोदी सरकार के शासनकाल के बाद, उत्तराखंड के दूसरे टर्म के बाद, ऐसा क्यों है कि चुनाव के पहले ये सारे चीजें करनी है? ऐसा इसलिए है क्योंकि अगर ये वो नहीं करेंगे तो आप इसी पर सवालों में कैसे उलझे रहिएगा? आप कब बेरोजगारी पर, महंगाई पर, आर्थिक असमानता पर महिलाओं के खिलाफ बढ़ते अपराध पर आप कब बातें करिएगा? आप कब बातें करिएगा कि इस देश की सरकार दिन दहाड़े कृषि पर, सामाजिक कल्याण पर, शिक्षा पर, स्वास्थ्य पर बजट काटती है? अगर ये नहीं करेंगे तो कैसे आपको और बाकी देश को उलझाए रखेंगे? ये कुछ नहीं है, ये देश को डिस्ट्रैक्ट करने के तरीके हैं और इसमें वो बिल्कुल विफल होंगे।
So, to discuss this about, this live-in relationship, which has also triggered a massive controversy apart from the kind of, polarized debate this particular UCC draft has, generated in the public life. I'm joined in the studio by my colleague Ashok Bagadia, who is editor legal. Apart from that, I'm also joined by Dr. Rajiv Nanda, senior advocate, Supreme Court, Suresh Kochatil, who is a political analyst, and Shilpi Jain, advocate, Supreme Court. So, Ashok, I would first go to you and take your comment on this. What exactly is this UCC bill and why it is generating so much polarization and that kind of sharp divide?
Well, Brajesh, primarily the objective behind bringing around this uniform civil code by the Uttarakhand government is to have gender parity on issues pertaining to marriage, divorce, adoption, succession.
Okay.
That was the triggering point. And that has been a long-standing demand, that how one of the sexes has not been given equal rights. And there have been many instances over the last 75 years where Supreme Court and various other courts of the country have intervened. And in the latest instance, we have seen that the Supreme Court has struck down triple talaq, saying that it is not permissible. So there was a general push, political and from the courts, saying that there should be a uniform civil code. And the Uttarakhand government has stolen a march over other state governments in bringing around this bill. So as far as this bill is concerned, it deals primarily with 4 or 5 aspects: marriage, divorce, adoptions, successions, inheritances, wills, and most importantly, as far as this particular bill is concerned, it deals with live-in relationships. There is a separate chapter which is dedicated to live-in relationships. Interestingly, as far as the live-in relationships are concerned, the UCC says there has to be compulsory registration of live-in relationships. Now, this is a concept which has not been known. Now, here is a state government who is saying that anybody who is living within the state will have to, and is in a live-in relationship, will have to mandatorily register their relationship with the registrar, which means with the government. Secondly, not only the live-in relationship, but even you will have to register the termination, the point in time when your live-in relationship ends, you will have to inform the government. And in this whole process, the state government has also protected the rights of a woman live-in partner, where they have recognized that she is entitled to maintenance. In case her partner deserts her, she is entitled to maintenance, and also affords protection to children out of such live-in relationships. The law says that they shall be considered to be the legitimate children of such partners.
But I mean, it's extremely overreaching, aspects attached to it. The private affairs and also the fact that, is live-in the new marriage kind of thing. Dr. Rajiv Nanda, I would like to get your comments first on this, on the UCC bill which has been introduced today and is being debated in Uttarakhand. And do you feel that, the live-in chapter which they have dealt with is in accordance with the time and age and time we live in?
Well, this Uttarakhand bill which has been introduced today was a much awaited bill, much awaited law. But I am not totally, I've read the draft of it. I'm not totally in agreement with what has been tabled in the Legislative Assembly there. This bill deals with marriage, divorce, inheritance, adoption, and the last chapter is live-in. as far as marriage, divorce, inheritance and adoptions are concerned, it's a very welcome step, because Constitution also has been saying that the executive should be making an endeavor to bring in uniformity within India so far as these aspects are concerned. But live-in relationship was not within the ambit when this Constitution was framed. Live-in relationship, we must understand, we are living in today's world. Why live-in relationship has come in? Live-in relationship has come in because people don't want to get into that's the rightly or wrongly, that's the mentality that people don't want the state to interfere within their
Exactly.
personal rights, because they feel once we are above the age of discretion, that is adult, then they have the right to live the way they want to live in. Here, what the government has done is they say that you register the live-in. So it is what will be the difference between
Exactly.
a marriage and a registration of live-in?
Exactly.
And then once you have to get out of it, again inform the government. Why should I? Are you my guardian? Why are you moral? You don't have the right to do the moral policing. And above that, they say that this is to protect the children, women also. But I'll come to the women for in a moment. But they say that this is to protect the children coming out of this live-in relationship. Oh my God! I mean, are they not being made aware, or they are lacking some legal acumen or legal team? There are umpteen number of judgments, and that any child born out of a relationship which is not legal. For example, in Hindu law, bigamy is banned at the moment. It is prohibited. But what if somebody commits bigamy and there are offsprings? Will those offsprings be not entitled to inheritance? No, the law is already there. What is new in this? That those children who are from the illegitimate relationship, they will certainly be entitled to inheritance from the properties of their parents. So this aspect of live-in registration and informing and taking the government into the loop as far as living is concerned, I don't think it's a correct step. They have been not properly guided, and this step is certainly an intrusion into the fundamental rights of people, which is guaranteed under Article 21. This is right to life. Right to life is laissez-faire, the way I want to live till the time I do not intrude into any fundamental right of anybody else or the society. By live-in relationship, there is no intrusion to anybody. This is intrusion by the state. Rest is welcome, but as far as live-in is concerned, I certainly have my reservations.
Okay. Suresh Kochatil is with us. Shilpi Jain is with us. I'll go to Shilpi first, and then Suresh, I'll come to you. Shilpi, you heard about the entire arguments both by Dr. Rajiv Nanda as well as my colleague Ashok Bagria. The UCC law, the UCC draft which has been tabled today in the Uttarakhand Assembly. Among many things, what stood out like a sore thumb was the live-in relationship aspect of the entire thing. What is your take on it, and do you think that it is feasible to implement this in this day and age?
See, lawmaking is very serious business, and I think you should change it only when what you are doing improves the existing law. Don't change it just to make a point that you have brought in some changes. Where there is room for improvement, you improve the law, whether it is Hindu law or whether it is Muslim law. Like the Supreme Court struck down triple talaq, it was a welcome move. Similarly, wherever there are loopholes or there is room for bringing in laws with better laws, like giving inheritance law, rights to daughters, whether it's Hindu law or Muslim law, you can. But keep the personal laws otherwise outside the domain of, state supervision. Even the British did not touch the personal laws, the laws of marriage, divorce, or such laws. Even the British left them to the Indians and each state to make it their own choice. Now, when there is a formal commitment of marriage recognized by law, that is what we call marriage. As far as live-in relationship is concerned, it's a choice the couples make when they don't wish to make a social declaration of the relationship. As of now, The law is that even in case of marriage, two adults can privately go to a temple and marry. They need not tell the state about it. Now, here in the UCC, it's such a knee-jerk reaction that they require us to do in a live-in relationship what as of now even marriage is not required.
True.
That you go and declare your relationship to a registrar, and likewise the termination. Now, what is the purpose of this? If they say it's to legal, give legitimacy to the children, there is legitimacy already. I'm wondering if they consulted lawyers or some pundits before framing these, changes. If you see the Domestic Violence Act, which talks of a shared household, which includes live-in partners, it gives all the rights of maintenance to the live-in partner, the right to all the legal rights to the child. The child from a live-in relationship is not illegitimate. Now see the practical aspect of this. Supposing a boy and a girl are living in together. The boyfriend will take his girlfriend to the registrar and declare that this is my girlfriend. And they break up. Then again he goes to the registrar and he will say, no, we have broken up. And if this couple has 2 or 3 relationships in a couple of years or 3 years, which they are entitled to, each time they will go to the registrar, look, we are now friends and now we are breaking up. It's a mockery of relationship. It's like allowing the state to peep into your bedrooms and into your hearts. They have no business. There is a Lakshman Rekha which the state should never cross. What is the purpose of this?
Okay. So it looks like that, with this UCC bill, the government is trying to cross a Lakshman Rekha, trying to peep into your bedroom. I will go to Suresh Kochetil to analyze, why exactly this has been brought in. But I'll have to slip in for a quick break. And after that, I will ask Suresh Kochetil about what exactly this means. Is this step very regressive? And why exactly has Uttarakhand gone for it? And will other BJP states follow suit? It's time for a small break.
Seeing is believing. Or is it? These are your favorite celebrities that you saw in the videos. But what if I told you that they are not?
Today, deepfake is one of the biggest challenges that the digital ecosystem is facing.
Cannot identify what is deepfake and what is real.
We have seen Rashmika Mandana go through the same thing, and this is becoming a common problem.
Everybody is going to be targeted.
The execution there's a laxity in our regulatory execution. In times to come, that is going to cost us a lot.